Tim Riggs says the press always misrepresents actual facts, misrepresentations of court cases here, falsification of what's scientific, often questions statistical analysis, mislabeling of legislation, and bloody, disgusting press behavior. Yes, nasty. Nasty, nasty press behavior. And the thing is, we got to call out the press because the press is attacking the judicial system. This is why I know a lot of other streamers are like, well, I'm just going to stick to the court cases. They're missing the PR in the marketing. They're thinking that they can fight this, that this is something that, you know, the judicial system, our system that, you know, protects due process is something that only is in the courtroom. It's not. Due process is under attack from the outside. If people perceive courts as unfair and systemically biased against women, they're going to be discredited. And they're going to be stripped of their powers. And you're going to be put before a tribunal of Karens that are going to find you guilty of their crimes. This is going to be the feminist guillotine, if they have any saying about it. Royal Wee says, have you done anything with Critical Drinker? I have not, but I would. I am very open to working with Critical Drinker. I think he's a great guy, fantastic content, amazing creator, very smart, does his content in a different way. In fact, for my new channel, I'm trying to actually take some notes from Critical Drinker, just in terms of how he does his pre-recorded content. So let's continue here. So the U.S. judge found her liable for defamation in order to pay him. So they have to acknowledge this. But look how little they give it. Liable for defamation. No. Found out the U.S. court concluded that Amber Heard was a fucking liar and that her claims of abuse were bullshit. That's what they found. But they're not going to put it that way. Instead, they're going to say this: despite the fact that a European court previously found Depp guilty of at least 12 counts of domestic violence. That is this right here is very close to defamation. This right here is very fucking close to defamation. And this is where these articles really, I think their lawyers have to be careful. I mean, I know that, okay, it's true because they say the European court found him guilty, but here's the thing. And if you even look at the article, here's what it says. The allegations found to be proved to the civil standard, not a criminal standard. So a civil standard, and this was regarding libel, not domestic violence. Johnny Depp was not guilty of criminal domestic violence. This was a libel case. See, I love how in one sentence, and this is how you know they're feminists, right? In one sentence, they say defamation. It said they could have said a European court found that she did not commit libel. That's what the most accurate statement would have been. That they did not convict him. This right here is a fucking lie. At least it's a bullshit. If this was a fair fact checking, this would be rated as bullshit because it makes it sound like he's a convicted domestic abuser, which, by the way, is defamation. And by the way, Johnny's lawyers, I would give these people a call, maybe phone them in, say, hey, maybe you want to change your language there, Johnny. You know, Johnny's lawyers say, hey, you guys want to change it because Johnny's thinking about whether or not he wants to throw something at y'all. And get a little discovery that may find out that Amber Heard had a hand in this article. And then, oh no, defamation part 2, or is that in violation of her settlement agreement? By the way, they say right here, Heard finally reached a settlement for $1 million, though she admitted no guilt, because that's like their big W, right? But if you go over here to the actual article they even link, and you just read the article, you see right here that it's clear it wasn't a win for Heard. It was a settlement that allowed Johnny to donate the money to charity because, you know, he actually will. and move on with his life. Now that he's shown the truth, he really didn't care. It wasn't about the 8.35 million. Now, Amber came out and had that famous statement, oh, this doesn't silence my voice. But it does, because she cannot continue to defame Johnny Depp. She cannot continue to say she was abused by Johnny Depp. That can't happen. So it does silence her, because you can't continue to lie. If you've been convicted of defamation, you cannot say that thing again. So yes, her voice is constrained. That's just a fact. Tim Riggs says, give more support to real analysis by real people instead of PhDs with majors in gender studies and a minor in English lit who can't even spell Milton or Shakespeare, let alone know who they are. You know, I was talking about this with a girl, and they were saying, oh, well, do you have a degree? I remember talking about these statistics. I was like, you know, women now outnumber men in most professional degrees. They obtain professional degrees by triple amounts. They outnumber men in the workforce. By the way, guys, in case you didn't know that, Happy Women's Month. Women outnumber you in the workforce. More women are currently working than men. They'll say, oh, well, there's more women than men. By like a percentage point. But a PhD in gender studies means dick all. Good luck at the gender studies factory or HR, which is probably your other alternative job. I always trust people who've been out there and who've done the thing. And I would say, by the way, guys, as general advice, trust people who've gone out there and done stuff or know stuff or have been in it and been doing it. Those are always the best people to trust on any issue. By the way, that's how I decided to make my new channel Go East, because I'm working through so many residency visa things. And I said, look, I'm just trying to share the knowledge that I'm learning, going through all these struggles, these problems, finding solutions with living, visas, traveling. And I want to share that information with you guys through Go East, because I'm doing it. And I'm a lawyer, and this is fucking confusing for me. You know, I'm not a Japanese lawyer, a Thai lawyer, a Korean lawyer, but I'm trying to read through the information they have in English, and this shit's fucking confusing. So I'm trying to get that information out there, and that's why I started my new channel, because I want to share that practical information from my actual experience with you guys. But let's turn back to this real quick. So this trial is coming up. And they go back to Depp vs. Heard and said the Depp vs. Heard defamation trial was widely criticized for its publicness. So here's the tell. Here's the tell. They do not want us to televise these trials. They want to shut these trials down. Oh, I haven't put the link in the description. I will get that. I will remedy that shit right away. Well, let me do that right now, actually. Let me copy this right here. I will remedy that right now. All right, I pop that back up. But they always were coming for the publicness. And this is something that I thought was really weird during the Depp trial. Why would you, if somebody is telling the truth, why would you have a problem with talking about that? Okay, got the Go East link in the description. Thank you guys for reminding me. But if you're telling the truth, you should not have a problem with stuff being public. You should not have a problem with it being televised. Amber had a problem with it because she was fucking lying, and it was clear to anybody who watched it that she was lying. Her story made no sense. And that's why they don't want the Kesha interview or the Kesha trial publicized. Tim, it's good if you're drinking. Hey, listen, man. If you're drinking, I'm drinking. I think I owe some shots from the last one. So let's do a shot. Let's do a shot to bringing truth to the lies, right? All right. Look at some Ballantines up in this hizzy. This bottle served me well. Cheers, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Whiskey. Woo, whiskey with my coffee. Good stuff. Going a little Irish today. And appreciate you as a member, Tim. Welcome to BLM, the base legal mindset. You have access to the Discord, the emojis, all the good stuff, and the exclusive content. So here we go with the trial. So now we're going to trial. So what are they afraid of? They are afraid of the truth. They're afraid of the facts. And Gottwald is accusing Kesha of defaming him in order to break a contract. Here's my thought. I really don't think men are suing for defamation unless they have a case. Like some sort of case. And remember, you've got to get past like a motion to dismiss, summary judgment. So they've met those bars. They passed those initial bars. So this is going to an actual trial. So it's got legs. Gottwald's charge has legs. I got the mega pint in the other room. I'll get the mega pint out next time. Thank Legal Vices for that one. Dylan says, haven't heard of Kesha since 2012. What a throwback. Yeah, it's coming out of nowhere, right? All these old, irrelevant white women trying to make themselves relevant through sexual assault charges. Literally, this is the new thing. It's like dyeing your hair or getting a Brazilian butt lift. To stay relevant, you accuse a man of SA. That's what you do. You're not relevant unless you're a victim. You have to be a victim.